Hey there guys, Gamer Jamie 1 here, and today I am here with EXO-C, with Mama, the Chinese version. I have just finished watching the Korean version, um, so I am really looking forward to the Chinese version because I think it is going to continue the story that was started in the Korean version. Um, I'm not sure if the... Oh, it's not EXO-C, it's EXO-M. Ooh, did not know that. There we go. um... Ooh, okay. Anyway, I was saying about the story. I don't know if the Korean version came before the Chinese version, or the Chinese version came before the Korean version. I don't know. I'm just going to basically watch this one now and try and connect the dots and try and see which one came first. Although I think the Korean version came first because they had the Patrick Stewart, Syrian McKellen, Sir Patrick Stewart, Syrian McKellen sounding guy at the beginning, talking about this entity becoming two different entities, and then breaking off, and then they created two sons that made two. Basically created this whole thing, and I don't know. Anyway, hopefully this is part 2. It might even be part 1. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to get into it, and again, there is no lyrics, so I will not know what they're saying. Here, boy. Anyway, I am going to just get on with it and hope that I can try and understand some of it. I don't know though. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, go.
When the skies and the grounds were one, the legends, through their 12 forces, nurtured the tree of life. An eye, red force, created the evil which coveted the heart of tree of life, and the heart slowly grew dry. To attend and embrace the heart of tree of life, the legends hereby divide the tree in half and hide each side. Hence, time is overturned and space turns askew. The 12 forces divide into two and create two suns that look alike, into two worlds that seem alike. The legends travel apart. The legends shall now see the same sky, but shall stand on different grounds. Shall stand on the same ground, but shall see different skies. The day the grounds beget a single file before one sky. In two worlds that seem alike, the legends will greet each other. The day the red force is purified and the 12 forces reunite into one perfect root.
Oh, that is a gorgeous tree though.
A new world shall open up.
So it did start practically the same. I don't know if there were any differences. It definitely sounded the same, it looked the same, but there may have been some slight differences, maybe more. In the Korean version, there may have been more Korean symbolisms rather than, in the Chinese one, there being more Chinese symbolisms. I don't know if there was sort of that, them sort of changes. Just subtle changes that reflect the two different, the respective backgrounds, the Korean symbolisms, the Chinese symbolisms being Korean backgrounds, and Chinese backgrounds, obviously. So yeah, let's get into the actual music video. Ooh. I think it is... Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, there's 12. One for each of the star signs of it. Oh, this has got lyrics. Yes! And straight into Chinese. English, please. I don't speak Mandarin or Malaysian or any of that, or Korean, please. SM, go back and make English lyrics for these videos. It's needed. Oh, I like that, the way they've got the EXO in the sort of shutter type things. I don't know what they're called, but they've got the E, the X, and then the O. It is sort of shaped into these things, so I like that. Oh. There's definitely a lot of changes between the two versions. Oh. Oh, it's different now. that looked strange. The way that jacket sort of unfolded on what this jumper type thing unfolded on him along this line. It sort of looked like there was two different shots being overlaid, but one was slightly ahead of the other. Although could have just been them overlaying this a little bit too early for a couple of frames. But yeah, that is the Chinese version of Mama. That was pretty much the exact same song, just a few subtle changes, which absolutely gave a completely different song altogether. Now, I will be talking about the story in this video. The story was definitely a tale of two halves. And like I said, the tree of life was split into two halves, and they were kept away from each other, and they became their own sons, and they created the star sign type table things. So I did like that symbolism, using the 12 members. I think there was 12. I counted 12, whether they were all members or whether it was like 6 members with 6 backup dancers, I don't know. But I definitely saw the two halves. This one was a little bit more Chinese oriented, using a little bit more like sword imagery, which is more associated with the Chinese culture than it is with the Korean culture, because obviously they have people like Jackie Chan, who is a martial artist. Martial arts came from that country and originated from that country, and it did have they do have a reputation for using swords in all different stuff. And they do have things like kung fu, which they did show a bit of. I can't remember the rest of them, but they do have a lot of martial arts, and some of them do use weapons, predominantly predominantly swords, because they do have katanas and things like that. So there was definitely more sword imagery in this version than there was in the Korean version. And they used a lot more martial arts style choreography in this one, especially when he was surrounded by the flower petals, and he kicked a big clump of the flower petals and the rest just dropped. I can't find it. So yeah, there was definitely a lot more Chinese imagery in this version, which were very similar to the Korean version, but it definitely showed off the Chinese culture a lot more. So I like that. as for the song, it was basically the same. The visuals were practically the same, except they did have a dragon at one point. I definitely need to find that because that was so amazing. Here we go. Where's the dragon? Come on. Oh, here. This is definitely a Tale of Two Halves. And the way that they blended the two of them together just looks... Here we go. The dragon with fire and the dragon of fire. Although that does look a little bit more like a phoenix. I could be wrong. So this was so amazing. The dragon phoenix type creature that's here looks amazing, even though it is in 720 again. I wish they'd go back and make it into HD, but there we go. It looks so amazing. Both versions do, and they will stand the test of time for sure. But yeah, that is pretty much all I have to say about this video. It's practically the same as the other video with a few slight changes, and a few more Chinese imagery replacing some of the Korean imagery. So yeah, I don't really have much to say. I'm going to end this video here, I guess. I've been Gamer Jamie 111. This was EXO-M, not EXO-C. Idiot. With Mama, the Chinese version. That's why I thought it was EXO-C. EXO-Chinese, EXO-C. But I guess it was EXO-M, EXO-Mandarin. Because that's the language that they use. Anyway, I am going to end this video here. I've been Gamer Jamie 111. This was Mama Chinese version by EXO-M. If you did like this video, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.